Welcome back to Margaret Schpiel. Welcome back to Margaret Schpiel. Yada yada blah blah blah. Yada yada blah blah blah. It's always time for Margaret Schpiel. Greetings and salutations. This is Margaret Franklin of Margaret Franklin Creations, reporting to you from Command Central, otherwise known as my room. Well, it happened today. I got it. The evil, controversial Bugs Bunny shirt that caused all this drama this week. I shouldn't be wearing this. I shouldn't have ordered this shirt, but here it is, and here we are. So there. Feels like everything I do these days gets criticism and nothing is good enough. I feel like I have been losing my fucking mind this week. I really have. It's been an emotional roller coaster. Everything has gone wrong. I need a few things to go right for a change. Well, one good thing, I have been making masks. I don't know how well you can see. I've got a ton of abundant sunlight streaming into this room, hence the hat and the sunglasses. I can't really hang out here without them. But yesterday was a nice overcast day, and I got to work by making masks here in the privacy and comfort and quiet of my own room. I have my Angry Bird speaker up here. I have my MP3 player plugged into that. So I have my favorite music playing all day. A lot of carousel music, a lot of Kiss songs, and a lot of random shuffle, so you never know what's coming next. I like just about everything, except for a lot of the crap that passes for music nowadays. Don't get me started on those caterwauling divas. And when I get back to my computer to load everything up onto Facebook, I hope I will have a confirmation number so Donna can get her reindeer quilt. It is all packaged and signed, sealed, with a couple of little bonus goodies. I love my customers. I like to spoil them with the occasional little treats. And it'll be on her way to her in no time. This shirt took less than a week. I ordered it on Monday, and it came today. I shouldn't have ordered it. I'm always being told I should watch my money because I don't have a job. I don't want to lose my apartment. I promise I'm not buying anything else. Yeah, right. The problem is, when people are going through, it's not unusual when people are going through a mental illness or crisis, it's not unusual for them to go on spending sprees. Like I said, I have been losing my mind this week. It has been hell. I have had so many meltdowns over everything. I told the story earlier this week about what I went through to order this shirt, which I shouldn't have ordered in the first place. I should probably just not have even opened it, just taken it to Value Village. But this is my shirt of shame, and I will wear it because I went through all this trouble to get it, so there. I do want to set up my apartment as a showroom, hence the rods, and Dennis should be coming, I think, Sunday or Monday to install them. So the first thing people will see when they walk into my place is the quilt featuring pictures from the first living room coloring book. And go figure. I think the ideal job for me would be one where I'm alone in my room all day. Because for once in my life, for the first time in months, I really felt like I was in my zone. I was super productive yesterday just because I needed some quiet alone time. I just needed to not have anybody else around me. I switched the ringer off on my phone. I can still hear the phone ringing out in the living room. And I've talked about meltdowns before. There is a huge difference between a temper tantrum and a meltdown. A temper tantrum comes from frustration because you're not getting your way. You're not getting what you want. A meltdown comes when literally everything is out of control. Everything is too much. You can't process the world around you. People trying to talk to you sound like Charlie Brown's school teacher. Blah, 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 unless they're reprimanding you. And the worst thing you can do to an autistic person having a meltdown is scold or reprimand them in any way, or touch them. Or the best thing you can do is, in a calm voice, not shouting and not talking too softly, ask, "What can I do for you?" Most of the time, you really can't do anything. Just give us space and let it run its course. But the problem is most people don't understand this, and they're terrified of us when we're in this state. It sucks. Annie was telling me when I was at Wonderland and I had that big bag of unicorns for Doo, there were actually people who wanted to buy them. But I was totally oblivious to that because my brain was on the verge of exploding from all the noise surrounding me. The, the, the gates to Wonderland are like the gates to hell. There's all that loud, horrible music, the loudspeakers, like the people's voices explaining the protocol. They're like 10 times louder than they should be. And then the turnstiles and the security gates and everything, all that beep, 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 beep. It made me feel like I was being shot at. And of course, every assortment like that always has to include at least one or two screaming babies. That's my worst trigger. I cannot handle a lot of noise. Oh, I just wish I could be in my bubble. People have accused me of that before. Well, screw it. That's me. I'm like, I have had some really bad self-esteem issues about how fucked up I am lately. I feel like I can't do anything right. There are people who say I did the right thing by turning down that job because it had, like I was saying before, the cons outweighed the pros. Like, I'd be working with marijuana. Like, I have to be real hush hush about it because if anyone had wind of what I was doing, there could be people who would be bullying or threatening me, or trying to bribe me to score them some, to sneak it out of the plant. And there could be the temptation to try it myself, although that ship has sailed. I can't even drink anymore because I don't want anything that interferes with my medications. The last thing I need is another manic episode. And I really feel like my brain's been unraveling like a cheap sweater these days. I really do. Like, the other night I thought about checking myself into the hospital. But I had a really good talk yesterday with a counselor from CMHA. For the first time I actually got immediately through rather than be put on hold or sent to an answering machine waiting for them to call back later. Usually by the time they've called, the crisis is averted. But this lady was telling me that I should check into one of their beds at the crisis center some night. It sounds kind of drastic because usually you'd associate that with domestic abuse or something, but if I just need a change of scenery and somebody smart to talk to. And I'll keep that in mind, but sometimes what I like to do is I like to have a long bath, read my Archie comics. The other night, well, sometimes when I'm really, really depressed, what I'll do is I don't take my advice. Don't try this. You might not survive. But sometimes I've been in the bathtub and I'll put my face in the water and hold my breath as long as I can until I come up gasping for air. That kind of, like, it's probably not the greatest idea, but it's gotten me through some difficult times. And of course I pray. The important thing is to put God first, but sometimes it's hard when it feels like He's always putting me last, but He isn't. God loves you more than you realize. He brought us here, and He couldn't have brought us here just to take this place away from us. God's not an Indian giver. Well, that's not a politically correct term. There should be another word for it that's not culturally offensive. God doesn't give you something only to take it back. Does He? Oh. Well, while we were going through the housing search, we went back to church for a while. We went to King Street, but it's so far away from where we live now. But I recently met my friend Mike. He goes to King Street. He was in our autism support group. And he takes 2 buses. I saw him near where we live at the corner of Simcoe and Taunton. And you take the Simcoe bus, and then you take the Pulse bus along King or Bond. But the thing is, do the Simcoe bus and do the Pulse buses, because they're both Pulse buses, do they run as regularly as they do during the week? Because when Jeanette and I had those theater tickets all the way out in Ajax, the Pulse buses were only every half hour, and we had to walk all the way out to Bond Street in the winter. That's another thing I don't look forward to about working, having to go out walking in the winter, especially when it's icy. when the right job comes around, I want to be looking forward to all the things that are good about it, not dreading all the things that are bad. Because I could not stand on my feet 8 hours a day, 5 days a week anymore. My back was hurting like hell on Wednesday, and I have been having back problems in my old age, and the ironic thing is I need a new mattress for my bed. Look at this. I'll show it to you. See that? This mattress must be about 100 years old. It belonged to Dave's Aunt Kathy. She gave us this bed when we got married. And the upper mattress has been replaced. Well, we were still newlyweds then. But this box spring has had the biscuit. It's ripped from here to Mexico. It is partially decomposed. A lot of springs are broken. I'll show you, there's this one poking through. Sometimes it gets caught on the upper mattress, and it makes it very hard to flip the mattress when I change my bed sheets. And I can hear it crunch when I roll over in bed. It's nothing to do with my weight. It is just an ancient, beat-up mattress that has seen better days. And I want to be able to afford a new bed. At least I'm comfortable here in my room. I have the windows open and a nice breeze coming in. And I should probably shut up now because YouTube won't share my video if it's too long. I got errands to do today. I gotta go to the post office and mail that package, and before I do that I gotta go to Money Mart to claim my Western Union money. That's my standard method of payment for people buying anything from me. And then it's off to the library to return those Addams Family DVDs and hopefully find more, because I really enjoyed them. That was my favorite show when I was a kid. I'll tell you, honestly, Cousin It was my first crush long before Donny Osmond. I love the Addams Family's house. They've got all that weird, nutty stuff all over the place. The way they decorate. You notice there's this really weird painting of what appears to be a giraffe in a tuxedo, but you never see its head. I always picture it having a human face. Probably some dour fuddy-duddy with a huge nose. Anyway, on that note, I shall sign off for now, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye. Be back soon. Mwah.